Following the coverage of a report on mass killings, Burkina Faso has decided to temporarily suspend the broadcasting of BBC and Voice of America. Greetings everyone! In today's video we will be addressing the temporary suspension of the BBC and Voice of America in Burkina Faso. This suspension was imposed due to their coverage of a report by Human Rights Watch, which exposed mass killings carried out by the country's armed forces. Shockingly, the report revealed that 223 civilians, including children, were killed in villages accused of collaborating with militants. The United Nations has strongly urged for the reversal of this suspension, emphasizing the crucial role of media freedom and access to information in Burkina Faso, a nation that has been plagued by violence and displacement. Without any further delay, let us begin our discussion on this pressing matter. The temporary suspension of the BBC and Voice of America radio stations in Burkina Faso is a result of their coverage of a report by Human Rights Watch regarding the mass killing of civilians perpetrated by the nation's armed forces. Late on Thursday, Tonsira Miriam Corinne Sanou, the communication spokesperson for Burkina Faso, announced the suspension of both radio stations for a duration of 2 weeks. Additionally, she cautioned other media networks against covering the story. As reported by Human Rights Watch on Thursday, the military was responsible for the deaths of 223 innocent civilians, including 56 young children, in villages that were suspected of collaborating with militants. The international media, including the Associated Press, extensively covered the findings of this report. The nation of Burkina Faso, previously known for its tranquility, has been devastated by a wave of violence. This violence has involved clashes between jihadist groups affiliated with Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State, and forces supported by the state. Unfortunately, innocent civilians have become victims in this conflict, resulting in the displacement of over 2 million individuals, including a significant number of children. Shockingly, the majority of these attacks go unnoticed and unaddressed, as they occur within a country governed by an oppressive regime that suppresses any form of dissent. In the month of April, the AP confirmed reports of a military assault on a different village that resulted in the deaths of a minimum of 70 individuals on November 5th. The circumstances paralleled those of the previous incident, with the army accusing the villagers of collaborating with militants and carrying out a massacre, sparing not even the infants. In an article reporting on its suspension, the network affirmed its commitment to stand by its reporting on Burkina Faso and expressed its intention to continue providing comprehensive and unbiased coverage of the country's activities. Despite being contacted for a comment, the BBC did not provide a response. The suspension of the 2 international broadcasters by Burkina Faso was urged to be reversed by the United Nations on Friday. In a statement, it emphasized the urgent need to cease all limitations on media freedom and civic space. The fundamental importance of freedom of expression, particularly the right to access information, cannot be overstated, especially during the period of transition in Burkina Faso. Reports have reached the United Nations indicating that numerous civilians, including children, have tragically lost their lives in various villages located in the Yatenga and Soum provinces of northern Burkina Faso. The authenticity of these reports has yet to be confirmed by the Associated Press. According to the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data Project, a US-based non-profit group, over the course of 9 years, the West African nation of Burkina Faso has witnessed the tragic loss of more than 20,000 lives due to jihadi violence associated with Al-Qaeda and IS. In the year 2022, Burkina Faso encountered the occurrence of 2 coups. Following their successful takeover in September of that year, the junta, under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, made assurances of combating militant groups. However, analysts have observed that the situation has only deteriorated, with violence escalating. A significant portion, approximately half of Burkina Faso's land, remains beyond the jurisdiction of the government. After years of Western military aid resulting in little progress, the junta has decided to sever military connections with their former colonial ruler France and instead seek security support from Russia. To support our channel's growth and ensure broader awareness, kindly hit the like and subscribe buttons. This will help us reach more individuals and disseminate valuable information. Thank you in advance.